Hello guys. In this section, we are going to set up two Ethereum nodes. We will launch two Ubuntu servers of 16.04 LTS version, or you can choose any other operating system, which you may prefer, as long as the Go Ethereum client is being installed on that. As a step 0, as you can see on this screen, you have to set up two servers with a particular security group. First of all, log in to your AWS console. If you don't have an AWS account, create one and then log in. Creating an AWS account is simple and includes a small verification process. After a successful login into that account, select Option Services, EC2. On this, you'll see the screen somewhat like this. You can notice that there are 4 running instances, because the region selected is Northern Virginia. Instances launched in a particular region are visible only when that region is selected. We are going to launch everything in this region. Make sure you select the correct region, as the wrong region selection will launch instances in another region. Now, the next step is to launch the new server. For this, select Launch Instance and choose the fresh server Ubuntu 16.04 or any other server of choice. I have taken an AMI, which is pre-configured. It means some software are previously installed on it. These softwares are not very important for this course. It is not the hard and fast rule to use AMI. If you have it, use it, else it doesn't matter. Now, select the server type. We've used the medium server with 4 GB of RAM. Choosing higher RAM is advisable for the smooth functioning of Go Ethereum. In the next step, we will configure the instance details. There is no change required here. Go to the Add Storage. It shows 20 GB, which is good enough. You can choose Delete on termination, as this storage or volume should be deleted once the instance is terminated. Next step is to add tag. In this step, we will specify the name of the instance, which will be course-eth-node-1. Next is a security group. A security group must have a name. So let's name security group. We can create a new security group or use an existing one. For this course, we will create a new security group and then name it course-ethereum. Currently, SSH port 22 is opened. This is by default, and it remains open so that you can log into the machine using SSH and configure other things. Now go to Review and Launch. So here, everything is set up. You don't have to change anything here. Once you hit Launch, you'll be asked for the key pair. So, we are going to choose the existing key pair, which I have created already. If you don't have any existing key pair, you can create your own key pair. This is important as you have to log in using this key pair always. After clicking on Launch Instance, our instance will be successfully launched. This is our instance ID. By clicking on it, we move to this interface. We need to wait till this IPv4 public IP appears, as this address is required for logging into this machine. Remember, this instance status is pending. When this shows running, then we can log into this machine and go ahead with the installation and other work. We are going to wait for some time and see if the status gets changed to running. It should not take more than 20 seconds. Now we can see the public IP, and this is a public DNS. Remember, if we enter this address into the browser, it will serve a web page if a web server is running on port 80. Now, this is a private IP of the machine. It is used in the local network only. Public IP is meaningful in the entire internet. Okay, now we have got public IP, so let's try to SSH into this machine. We will open the terminal in Mac. You can use terminal on Ubuntu and PuTTY or any other software on Windows. To SSH into this machine, you have to type SSH-I and the key name. You remember the key name which we have generated during launching the instance. In our case, we have used key name ethereum.pem. Now remember, ethereum.pem, which is a key file, should have 400 permission. Let me show you how this permission looks like. If we type LL, it will display all the files, and if you check the permission of ethereum.pem, it is 400. 400 should be the permission of a file, otherwise it will not work. Now try to SSH by typing ssh-i ethereum.pem. Then we need to type the username Ubuntu, which is the default username of the Ubuntu servers, and then IP address or this public IP address. If we hit enter, it will display fingerprints of the host's public key for security purpose. After this, we need to type yes, and then only we can log into the machine. Once it is done, we will have command line access of the machine, which is root access almost. Just type sudo for any root command, and you can do whatever you want. Now we have the access to the machine. If you type pwd, it will show the present directory, and if you type ll, it will show you the list of files present. So here we have completed step 1. In the next lecture, we will install Go Ethereum in this node. Thank you.